Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. On Saturday, we had the Kentucky Derby race, and one of the long shots won. He was a medium long shot rather than a 30 to 1 or 50 to 1. He was 15 to 1. But I thought, why not? Those of you who've watched my videos know that I've done this with other sports. So I'm going to compare horse racing to business in this video. So let's get started. Okay, so how is horse racing like business? That's what you're asking. Well, here's my answer. In a few areas. 1, training. 2, quickness. 3, the long shot sometimes wins. Alright, so let's start with training. Every business that has employees have to train their employees on their systems and their policies, because it's not just how things work, it's also why things work. So you have to train your employees to treat your clients the way you want them to be treated. Now, how is that like horse racing? Well, horses, they go through a lot of training to learn how to run for 2 minutes and win a race. So in fact, it's often the horse's owner wins, but the trainer is also often congratulated, and the owner would not have gotten the win without the trainer, the horse trainer. The horse trainer is the one who works with the horse every single day, teaches the horse how to run, teaches the horse how to not be afraid of the other horses, teaches the horse not to be afraid of the gate, and teaches the horse not to be afraid of the jockey. So a horse goes through probably a year of training before it even races in one race. And then the Kentucky Derby, one of the Triple Crown races, a horse has to have some smaller races and then some medium qualifiers before it can actually be in the Kentucky Derby. So it is a big deal for a horse to get to the Kentucky Derby. It's like getting to the playoffs. And yes, I brought in football, but I love horse racing, I love football, so yeah, I'll mention both of those quite often. And so the second one was it's quick. And businesses, especially in today's technology-driven environment, businesses are very quick. You need to be quick to adapt, quick with answers for your clients when they have questions. You need to respond in a way that it makes sense in a technology world. You need to use technology to be quick in what you're providing your clients. And the latest is an artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence can write an article quicker, and artificial intelligence can produce ad copy quicker, and that's what people want. Business owners want things quick. Well, in a horse race, it only takes 2 minutes to get around that mile. Actually, the Belmont's the mile. Well, I think, no. The Derby, I think, is it's not a mile and a quarter. I don't remember how long it is, but I know it's longer than the Preakness and shorter than the Belmont. The Belmont's the longest, and that's a mile, that race. Anyway, the horses run so fast that they're done in 2 minutes, and it's called the fastest 2 minutes in sports. So, a horse learns to run fast and to get to the finish line quickly. And that's what business owners have to do. They have to be quick, they have to be quick thinking, they have to use technology to be even quicker, they have to answer quickly. All right, so the third thing I mentioned was long shots often win. Now, this is pretty obvious in horse racing. You have horses that are 30 to 1 odds and horses that are 50 to 1 odds. And sometimes, now, it doesn't happen all that often, but a few years ago, a 50 to 1 shot did actually win. But the Kentucky Derby, have watched it for a long time now, and rarely does the favorite win in the Kentucky Derby. Now, the favorite will win in Preakness and the Belmont, but in the Kentucky Derby, rarely does the favorite win. So you're more likely to get a long shot win. Now the question is, how big of a long shot is it going to be? And in this year's case, it was a 15 to 1 shot. So it wasn't that long of a shot, but it still was a long shot. Now you're probably asking, how this is great, but I don't understand how long shots winning has anything to do with being a small business owner. Well, here's the kicker. When you're in business, sometimes you just have to throw a dart, and the most off the wall idea is the one that actually will work. And it might be the biggest long shot, the biggest risk that you take in your business, but it might be the one that actually powers your business into the next century, or the next decade, or give you the revenue that you absolutely positively need. You have to sometimes you might think, well, why am I spending my money on this? But it could pay off in big time. And if you look at some of the recent companies, the big ideas have paid off big. And so the long shots have actually come to fruition. And so you, as a small business owner, have to figure out which long shots are worth risking and which ones aren't. And that's where it's tricky, because you're not sure whether you risking your money in this area is going to be the big payoff versus that area. And that in horse racing is also the problem. You're not sure. You look at a field of 20 horses, 10 of those have long shots, but you're not sure which of the long shots to bet. So then it's a hit or miss, trial or error type of thing. And then you have to do your due diligence and your research and figure out which is the most likely to pay off. But then it's still a race, and you still could be surprised. So what I'm saying is, it's okay to have a little fun and bet on the long shot. And if it doesn't pan out, well, then you tried and you move on to another idea and try again. Failure is not a problem. Failure is just a learning tool. And if all the big billionaires that are around today, they had to fail a few times before they succeeded. I know it doesn't sound that way, it doesn't look that way, but it is actually true. If you read their stories, they did a lot of trial and error when they were building their companies. It didn't just appear on the landscape overnight. It just seems that way. Alright, so that'll do it for today's video. I invite you to visit my website, www.lastresearchandediting.com, www.christianmarketingexperts.com, amazon.com/author/Louise Harris buy some books. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, a good week. I'll see you again.